All right, well, welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Jackson.
First episode of this new podcast. If you didn't know, we're starting a podcast. It's about skiing. We're going to talk a little bit about the weather.
Probably a lot about the weather.
A lot about the weather because we're both weather nerds here, but we're both super interested in skiing. We're interested in everything to do with skiing. So that's what this podcast is mostly going to be about. Off the cuff, good times. So this is the Ice Coast podcast.
Ice Coast.
We are gonna be unveiling an episode every week, or at least we're gonna try to.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off. Michael, my co-host. We are co-hosting this together.
Jackson, can you explain Ice Coast for maybe those who don't ski the East?
Why? Yeah, it's a good point. So obviously this podcast is based in Pennsylvania, which if you've never skied there, it is. It's if you go to like Western PA,
sure,
right? You go to like Seven Springs,
right
in the Highlands, right. You know, they do get some decent snow there, but here, Round Top Mountain, Blue Mountain, I'm pretty sure is notorious for this.
Yeah,
not a lot of good snow around here.
They try their best, and we have to really give credit to the ski crew at these places.
We do.
They do an amazing job given the weather conditions.
They get the ski season going. So and. Look, you're skiing on the East Coast. You're going to expect a lot of not good snow days.
Correct.
Conditions. Notorious for ice.
Right.
Which is why they call it the Ice Coast, because it's not just PA. It's like a lot of New England.
Right. It's true.
Through Maryland.
Yeah.
People ski down there apparently.
Yeah,
but it happens.
There are some peaks down there. You have the
Wisp
Appalachians that go down, and there's some really high points like through Cumberland, Maryland, and all there, and parts of West Virginia. But you go further north and east from here, though, you do tend to get less ice and more either man-made snow or natural snow. Natural snow. We should do a podcast about that.
We're going to have lots of topics to discuss.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, indeed.
Yeah.
But look, if you want good skiing on the East Coast, you got to go to Vermont.
Yep.
You got to go to upstate New York somewhere.
Right.
Probably way north.
Yeah, and that could be just as far as Vermont.
Exactly. It's like an 8-hour drive from here, basically.
Yeah.
And we're stuck with Round Top Mountain.
They do a great job. They do a great job given the conditions. But I think what we're going to really illustrate in this podcast, Jackson, is the weather has so much to do with skiing.
It does. It does. It has a huge part.
It can make or break the season. Look back at the 2024-2025 season. We only had one snowstorm right around the inauguration weekend, and only one snowstorm. However, Round Top was open for like the longest stretch they've been open in years.
And if you remember the previous year, Round Top was open. They closed, I think, like March 1st or 2nd. Right. It was, and they were only open from like late December until the beginning of March. So.
I had the unique experience last season of skiing before a Penn State game.
Okay.
How often in Pennsylvania?
Did you go to Tussey Mountain?
No. This was still at Round Top. I didn't go to the game, but I watched it. It was actually, I think it was the Penn State Notre Dame game.
Okay.
But this isn't weather wagers, so we won't get into that.
What was the money line, Michael? No, I'm just kidding.
We'd have to ask our colleagues, Brett
Dan
and Dan.
Tommaso and Brett would know all about that.
Yeah, they would have.
For sure.
But what I'm saying is you don't really get the overlap of football season and ski season here in Pennsylvania. But last year we did a little bit because Penn State season went pretty far into postseason, and ski season started pretty early in December.
It did.
This past year.
Well, I don't know if you remember back in the beginning, I think it was the week before Thanksgiving, we had measurable snowfall at the station.
Right.
Like cars coated.
Right.
Which is pretty unusual because we usually wait until December for stuff like that to happen.
Yeah, and we have a local Skywar net on amateur radio, and one of the things we do every fall is we have the users guess the first inch of snowfall at the airport, and I'm always baffled by the number of people who guess November or even early December. Like, the chances of us having measurable snow by then are just so slim here in Pennsylvania.
I think people are eternally optimistic.
Right.
I also think that people think Thanksgiving.
Right.
And they're like, it's going to snow.
No.
Yeah. Never. I can't remember the last time I've seen snow on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I guessed January 6th last time, and that was when we got a little bit of snow.
You nailed it. Didn't you win that competition on the ham radio? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so not to toot my own horn, but just guess late.
Expert climatologist over here.
I won't go that far, Jackson. All I'll say is if you're expecting snow in November, maybe give it another month.
Yeah, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Okay?
But hey, if it's cold enough, they can be making snow.
They could be. Well, so we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Because they're already starting to make snow in some places.
Probably not around here.
Not around here, unfortunately. Soon. It's going to be at least another like month and a half.
I think so too, Jack.
Pretty much before things get started.
Yeah, I must say, this is the first I've been dressed like winter. If you know me outside of television, I tend to keep my shorts on as long as I can in the summertime. It felt like summer a couple days ago.
It did.
But boy, that changed.
Look, this has been such a relief because the past few weeks, right, starting September into like mid to late September, we were just in the 80s every day. It felt like.
Yeah.
And the lows were nice. They were cool.
Yeah.
But it did not feel like fall.
Right.
And the leaves were starting to change.
Well, because it was so dry. A lot of these trees just went from green to brown. It's sad. There was no colors in between.
It's not looking good for fall foliage.
We'll see.
But it's okay.
Yeah. All I know is once those leaves fall, my mind is on one thing.
Yeah.
And my mind's on it right now, like I said, because I got my boots on for the first time.
There you go.
I'm wearing my Patagucci for the first time.
You're ready to listen to a Noah Kahan song.
Yeah.
Or Noah Khan, however you pronounce it.
I think it's Khan.
That's what I think, but I put it on Apple Music, and Siri is always like, now playing Noah Kahan.
You know, one of my friends actually knew him.
Really?
Yeah, my friend Hannah.
Like personally?
Yeah, her husband.
Okay.
We went to high school
I've met her husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evan, yeah. A great ski patrol. Man, there's so many good guests we can have on.
I know. Okay, we're going to have all the guests,
yeah,
okay?
Wow.
People from all across the Northeast, maybe some people from out west.
Yeah.
We've got a lot planned, but...
Let's just jump into it.
You want to jump into our first topic?
What do we have?
Okay. Well, an article was written on the internet. Let me make sure I'm giving them credit.
We got to get our sources right here.
Let me make sure I'm giving credit to the website that wrote it. They wrote an article. They asked their Facebook followers, what are the best ski lift snacks?
Okay.
This was posted on unofficialnetworks.com. What are the best ski lift snacks?
Yeah.
And you want me to read out some of these answers?
Yeah, I'll give a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Well, okay, you should, because I'm interested to hear your opinion on this.
Oh, yeah.
Some of this I've never tried before.
Yeah. You know my diet, Jackson.
Well, extremely healthy. If you've never met Michael Brulo, he is the healthiest man on earth.
I have to keep this
Bar
figure.
none.
I have to keep this figure somehow for television, and it's not through working out; it's through diet.
He's ready to ski at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
you will never catch him unfit to ski.
It's true.
So
that's true, Jackson.
All right. Well, so the number one response, and I've never had this before, pocket bacon. Do you even know what that is?
No. Is that bacon you just put in your pocket?
Yeah, that's all it is.
So that begs the question, how do you like your bacon? Because if you like your bacon not super crispy...
It better be crispy.
Right. If it's not crispy,
if it's soft,
a greasy mess.
So you open someone's ski jacket pocket and it's
Jackson, no.
You wash it, it's just stained with all this grease, this bacon grease.
No, I don't eat pork.
So. You don't eat bacon, do you?
No.
Well,
if I ever did eat pork, it would be bacon and only bacon.
Okay. Well, that's fair. It's good. It's delicious.
Yeah, if it's cooked right. But you would never catch me with bacon in my pocket. Is that really what it means, Jackson?
That's really what it means. So I Googled it. I was like, pocket bacon. I thought it was like a product.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought it was like a small packet, and they had bits of bacon in there that you would eat.
Like bacon bites for dogs?
It's probably something like that, but what I read in my limited research is people actually just cook bacon, and they throw it either in a Ziploc bag or they put it in their ski jacket, and they're sitting on the lift. They unzip that thing, free bacon. I don't know.
That's a hard no.
I don't know if it just sounds like a mess.
Yeah.
Personally.
Also, the amount of grease you might be consuming. I don't think I want to have a fatty meal on the mountainside, because if it doesn't agree with me, that could be a long way down.
That's true. Tummy ache.
Yeah. You don't want to get a tummy ache on the ski lift.
That's true. You need your fats.
Yeah, you do.
For proper diet, but.
Yeah. And I don't know. When we get into my favorite and my wife's favorite,
I'm going to have to hear it because
we'll get there. Yeah, for sure.
So pocket bacon was number one.
No.
I've never tried it. Apparently, it is the number one thing that people do, though.
No.
So we're in the minority here. I don't know.
No.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
You know, at some point we're going to put our socials up in our emails so you can let us know.
Yeah.
You know where to find me. You know.
Yeah. You're always working, Jackson.
I'm always working. So this is the number 2 thing, PB&J and Uncrustables. Okay? I could get behind
That's
it.
1 thumbs up for me.
Okay, 1 thumbs up. It's a 0 thumbs up for...
Oh, no, bacon's 2 thumbs down.
Oh, okay, so the scale is 2 thumbs down to 2 thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, PB&J or fluff. I like marshmallow fluff better than jelly. But I have a thought process on this one, Jackson.
Let me know. Let me have it.
This one, believe it or not, it's going to depend on the weather.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Like the type of Uncrustable or?
No, just peanut butter in general.
Okay.
Number 1, frozen peanut butter is really good.
It's true.
I really love frozen peanut butter.
I give it to my dog.
Yeah, whether it's Reese's. Like, have you ever had Reese's out of the freezer?
No.
You can tell we're local because we say Reese's, not Reese's.
I say Reese's.
Good.
I'm not even from here.
Well, you are now, Jackson. So I like frozen peanut butter. However, if you try to eat peanut butter with a cold mouth, it's really difficult because it's just really thick and dry. Peanut butter, if it's below 32, thumbs down.
Really?
Yeah, unless it's frozen. But I have a funny feeling if you have your peanut butter sandwich in your jacket, it's not going to stay frozen.
Yeah, it's going to stay warm.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like the peanut butter in Uncrustables is like special peanut butter. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, I think it probably...
It's not the same as like you open a container of Jif or something like that.
Yeah. We've been on this only peanut butter where it is just ground up peanuts. And you have to be kind of careful to mix it because it separates. Doesn't have all the ingredients to keep it congealed.
You wouldn't buy just like peanut butter that is straight up peanuts?
Not anymore. Oh, just straight peanuts, yeah.
Because like, what is it called? The fancy grocery store around here.
Wegmans?
No.
Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's has straight up only peanuts, peanut butter.
That's what I like.
Okay.
That's what I like. It requires a little extra mixing. But yeah, that was my go-to sandwich for school, in elementary school.
Sure.
Peanut butter and fluff. So that's potentially a 2 thumbs up, but because it depends on the weather, that's a good one.
But I think a sandwich is a good choice overall.
100%.
Compact, you can fit it in your ski. You can fit multiple in your ski jacket, actually.
Right. The only problem with the sandwich, Jackson, on the ski lift is if you drop it, you're out of luck.
That's true. Well,
you dropped your entire meal.
Okay, that's a good point.
Like
that's a good point.
If you're munching on something and one drops, like big deal. But if you're eating your sandwich, and you know how it is, Jackson, your hands are cold up there.
You're taking your glove off.
Taking your gloves off.
You know,
and it tumbles down.
Yeah.
Oh, how unfortunate would that be if you lose your peanut butter sandwich?
Yeah. You're gonna have to buy from the lodge.
Yeah, the lodge.
$20 sandwiches.
Yeah, both your
depending
discount.
on. Well, no, with the discount, I'm not going to plug the company, but you buy.
If you have your discount,
you have your discount. You can get it for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but no, I tend to bring my own food.
Okay. Yeah. Me too, for sure.
Yeah.
For
sure.
So
you would do a peanut butter sandwich?
Well, I would do like a ham and cheese sandwich.
Back to the pork.
So I need my protein.
Okay, that's fine.
If I'm going to be pushing up and down this mountain for
that's understandable.
4 to 8 hours at a minimum.
Understandable.
You know, I need to be eating something packed with protein.
Peanut butter has a lot of protein, Jackson.
It's true.
Yeah.
But it's only like 7 grams per like tablespoon.
Well, I like to really slop mine on. Like,
oh, really?
When I make a sandwich, Jackson, the peanut butter is thicker than the bread.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna inspect.
Okay.
Next time you make one of these.
All right.
These fluffernutters.
I'll bring one to Round Top.
That's crazy.
And we can share. We won't share one. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I'll give you one.
That sounds like something the British would do, like extra peanut butter, straight up bread.
But I will say though, being from Pennsylvania, potato bread, Jackson.
Okay.
Potato rolls. Have you ever had potato roll?
Yeah. No, wait, no, maybe. No, I haven't.
Jackson.
It's bread that's made out of potatoes, right?
Yeah. The best.
It's a potato flour. That's what it is.
Right. It's not like chunks of potatoes in it, but it's more like a yellowish, orangish color. Martin's potato rolls, if we can say that in the podcast.
I think we're fine to say it. We're not advertising anything. We're just saying.
That's what I like to eat.
This is what is eaten.
Yeah. I will bring one for you, Jackson, next time we go skiing.
Okay. Sounds good.
What else is on the list?
We have, we're not, just for the record, we're not advertising.
Sure.
We're just saying a lot of people say they drink whiskey for warmth.
Okay.
To make them warm.
2 thumbs down for me, Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I'm trying to stay upright on the mountain, personally. And I get it. You know, it loosens you up, but, you know.
I think we have to be careful, really tread water lightly here, but what I would say is if consuming that kind of beverage doesn't lower your ability to do things, that's good for you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it does for a lot of people.
It does.
Which is not a good recipe for skiing, because skiing could be dangerous.
Glades.
Correct.
You could actually go down a glade.
Right.
Accidentally. You know, you could go down a black on accident. You could run into moguls that you didn't expect were there, which has happened to the both of us. Although, maybe that's a story for another time. Here's one that I think is okay. That beer on the lift.
I had the same message. Yeah.
That's fair, but it is less. Here's the thing. If you're gonna have a beer on the lift, you gotta finish it before you get to the top.
Right.
Otherwise, it's sloshing around your jacket.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because, unless you have one of those capped ones, you know, in the metal cans.
Yeah, you can put a cap back on it.
So, could be. You know, I appreciate a beer once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, I like to save my fun time for when I get off the lift.
Right.
Once I take my boots off.
Yep.
But
and the other thing about consuming those beverages while skiing, Jackson, is if, God forbid, you are in some sort of accident, it doesn't look good.
True.
Even if it wasn't...
Get your pass revoked.
Right. Even if it wasn't a contributing factor, it's just, I tend to be coffee only on the ski lift.
Yep, fair enough.
Coffee.
Stay awake.
Yeah.
Wake up at 5 a.m., get there for first tracks.
Try to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely try to.
I could never beat those people.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever. There's always some psycho who's going to wake up way before everyone else.
Right.
They're going to be sitting in their car for an hour.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be it doesn't matter that much to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's another episode, Jackson. Is first chair actually worth it in Pennsylvania?
Is it?
I don't think it is.
Well, yeah.
So I found...
Some people like the prestige anyways.
Sure, yeah, if you're into that.
Because they think that they're going to get... It's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah.
About the debate about whether the snow quality is worth getting up early.
I think we hold that topic, Jackson.
We can save it for sure.
What else is on this list?
Okay, so that was the main stuff. Wild cards.
Okay.
Is what they have listed.
Okay. These might be controversial?
These are not controversial. These are just wild things that people have brought.
Okay.
Because we're going to discuss, I'm sure, what we bring.
Yeah.
These are some of the weirder things people have brought and consumed on the lift. I don't think they're crazy. Somebody said pocket burrito.
That's totally understandable. That's no different than a sandwich.
I know. I actually think it almost might be better.
Do you heat it up?
I would heat it up to cook it. Or, when you first make it.
I wonder if you can somehow keep it hot.
You could put it in foil, maybe, like tin foil.
Well, you know these Stanley cups that people have are very good insulators.
That's true.
If you put it in foil and put it in a cup.
Well, they weigh 10 pounds, though.
So do burritos. I mean, the burritos I eat.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to lug us.
I would give a thumbs up to that.
Me too.
With the only question mark being around the logistics. That's all.
Well, I think it's just more preparation than making a sandwich.
Yeah. I mean, so my wife has a Toyota 4Runner, and in the back of it, there's a full power outlet. So if you bring a microwave into the back of your 4Runner, you could theoretically come down the lift, or even your first run of the day, you can just heat it up in the microwave and enjoy it while going up the mountain.
Absolutely.
If you have an extra microwave, I think it might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean... I think anything warm is good on the mountain.
Depending on the weather. I've been skiing in the 70s.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, let's put it this way. On those cold days, it's like the highest 32,
right?
And there's a little bit of a wind going.
The wind is what
you want to eat something good, because otherwise you're just sitting there, you're eating a cold granola bar.
Right.
Which is okay, right? But it's no bean burrito.
Right. I give a thumbs up to the bean burrito.
No, I like it. I like it too. The other things that we have on here, this is kind of wild. Ziploc spaghetti.
No. Logistics.
That's too much of a mess.
Logistics.
How
Is
do
it
you
red
even
sauce?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Well, unless they're just eating the noodles cooked.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of red sauce. In fact, I don't eat much pasta anymore. Although I made pasta. Did you see my Snapchat last night? I had pasta.
Yeah.
I got a lot of comments
I saw you
on my
had
dinner.
you had bread.
Yeah, and bread.
Bread. You rarely eat bread.
I had to get carved up for this episode, Jackson.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The long haul.
Yeah, but
as they say.
When it comes to that, and on the ski lift, that's 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
No.
Fair enough. I would agree.
I have nothing more to say about that.
I just, and especially if it's with the red sauce,
nothing
that just doesn't logistically work at all.
Let's just say it's not red sauce. Let's say it's olive oil and garlic. Do you really want garlic bread the whole time?
Well, I think this guy, I think this guy's probably just bringing the noodles. Like he's just saying spaghetti as in like spaghetti noodles.
Okay.
But
so,
I still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like it's too much. That's too many noodles.
There are way better ways to get your carbs on the hill.
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. Full chicken parm meal.
If you can do that logistically, I'll give you 2 thumbs up. I would be proud of you.
Well, have you ever seen those people who like set up like a picnic on the side of the slope?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, there's a whole tailgating community and everything.
I know.
People, yeah.
It always looks good. Remember, you have to bring all that stuff with you.
What goes up must go down too.
Exactly. Well, it's probably no different than like backcountry skiing. You're carrying all your gear with you, but
I'm not that great.
Yeah. Also, just sitting in the snow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Better have good clothes.
It's going to be a good meal though. The chicken parm. You can't eat it on the lift though.
No. That is not that is.
You'd have to bring a fork at least at minimum.
That's difficult.
So
and again, more red sauce.
Anything with sauce, really.
Yeah.
Soup in a canister though.
Like in a Stanley, for sure.
I could go for that, some tomato soup.
Just watch your sodium, Jackson. A lot of these soups are very high in sodium.
That's true, and you're not burning a lot.
No.
Or you're not sweating a lot usually.
You're not sweating,
unless it's one of those warm days.
Yeah, so you don't need the electrolytes.
Okay, we will read the last thing and then we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Somebody said raw garlic cloves.
We just said no to garlic.
Okay, did we?
I did.
Okay. All right.
People eat garlic? Like they just eat garlic?
Like people eat onions.
I mean, I love garlic. I cook with it every night, but no.
I love garlic too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the
garlic cloves.
Especially, listen, Jackson. If you have your hood on, let's think this through. You have some sort of neck covering that sometimes covers your mouth if it's really cold out. You have your helmet. You have your hood over your helmet if it's really cold. You have your glasses.
True.
Where does your garlic breath go?
Into your partner. Or not even your partner.
Just into you.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I'm going to say no to that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think, it's not even the breath thing for me. It's that you're eating raw garlic.
Yeah.
You're just taking a bite out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, man. I'm not going to judge.
But
I'm judging a little.
The advantage of that, Jackson, is you never have to have a ski lift partner. You have the chair to yourself because no one wants to smell you.
Everyone's going to stay away.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of your favorites, Jackson?
Well, okay, so I am pretty basic.
We know
the granola. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
The granola bar.
The granola bar.
Okay.
Nature Valley specifically.
Okay.
Although I will say, I don't like that it always falls apart when you open them.
Yes.
So you take one of these out of your pocket, you rip it open,
and then it's everywhere.
Crumbs explode everywhere. It's a 100% guarantee that's going to happen.
That is unfine business.
Now, I don't mind because I am sitting on a lift, and it's all going to fall to the ground, and I can brush it off, but I usually bring one of those bars, get some carbs, some slow burn energies.
Are those the green ones?
The basic. I'll eat any one, but I usually just get the green.
Yeah. Those are pretty hard.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
If you're really hungry, you got to eat it slowly, or you don't want to hurt your teeth.
I have also brought Cliff bars.
Yes.
Specifically the peanut butter kind.
Okay.
Because it maximizes protein, and peanut butter is just good for you.
Right.
So,
it is, yeah.
But those are problematic because if you are out for a long day and it is cold outside, they become very hard.
Okay.
So when you bite into them,
that's not good.
It is a challenge. But other than that, I mean, I am pretty straightforward with my snack choice.
Okay.
I mean, what about you?
So I don't usually eat breakfast. So if I'm going skiing in the morning, I probably won't have food with me. However, if I ever had a food on the ski slope, we already talked about peanut butter sandwich. That would be like the biggest meal I'd possibly bring with me.
Just one peanut butter sandwich?
I mean, if I'm skiing all day, maybe 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But that would be the most meal-like food I'd bring. I was talking to my wife in preparation of this episode.
Okay.
Her favorite is trail mix.
Okay. I like it. I do.
So there's a local grocery store in Mechanicsburg, which started in New York, and they have a mountain mix, which is various nuts, some M&Ms, and probably maybe some dried fruit sometimes.
Sure. Like raisins or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good to snack on. But that's, again, logistics is not easy to carry, not easy to eat.
I know.
Unless it's individually packaged, because then you just rip it.
Well, so if you can, I know. Right. Like I said, like you said, if you can master it, you can just pour it into your mouth.
Just
but
drink it.
I would mess it up. It would go all over me.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's expensive too. Nuts are expensive. So if you lose your trail mix, you're out a couple dollars.
I know.
So that's unfortunate.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no. I don't think there's any right answer.
Yeah.
To what a ski snack, a good ski snack is. All I'd say is carbs and protein.
Sure.
Is what I usually try to go for.
And if I can, maybe in closing on this topic, Jackson, I think you've experienced me eating the cinnamon rolls at Stowe.
Yes.
Yes. If you take the Forerunner lift at Stowe and you go to the circular, what do they call it, the octagon?
Is it? Yeah, something like that. The ski lodge at the top of the mountain.
At the top of the mountain, which is over 2,000 feet. It's so cool to have, like in the Northeast, to have a building on top, because that's
true.
That's like out west.
It is. Yeah. That's like, and that's not even like halfway up the mountain.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, they put the lodge halfway up the mountain, and then you still got like
another mile to go.
Yeah, another like few thousand, like 3,000 feet to climb.
Yeah, but man, I'll tell you, when I'm at Stowe and I'm taking that Forerunner lift, a hot cinnamon bun with the gooey icing and a hot cup of coffee, that to me, I'm
it's
just
elite.
Hungry. I'm thinking about it.
It's a great. I'm thinking about eating a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, and
now
Stowe's known for their waffles, because if you take the gondolier out, they have the waffles up there, which we didn't partake in.
I didn't even. I think this is actually the first time hearing about the Stowe waffles.
Yeah, it's what they're known for.
Okay.
And
next time, I'll have to try that.
Try it, but I'll warn you,
not that good.
The cinnamon rolls is where it's at.
Okay.
So that's good. Yeah.
I think any of the warm food in the ski lodge.
Yeah.
Not like the top ski lodge is good.
Right.
I can't remember what I had. I had some kind of like grilled cheese.
Yeah, I think you had more of like a lunch, I thought.
Yeah, I did. I did. And it was very good.
Yeah, I had the cinnamon roll that was sitting out for 6 hours, and it was still good.
Well, they put it under a heat lamp.
Yeah. It was still,
so it's not completely cold.
It was still ooey and gooey.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
They are super magical.
Right.
Stalable.
Right.
It's not even a word.
Yeah.
But.
And if the outside ever does get hard, the inside's usually still pretty
Exactly.
good. Yeah. So I just go to that.
Well, some people like a crusty Cinnabon.
Crispy.
Not
crusty, Jack.
Right. Okay.
We don't like crusty cinnamon buns.
Sometimes they like they like the outside to be a little bit burnt, just a little bit charred, a little bit.
Okay.
Like it's like the shell is outside. You bite into it, you get that crunch, and then it's like soft on the inside.
Okay.
And you got all.
Yeah.
So I won't die. We can stop talking about cinnamon rolls.
My favorite part, though, is when you finish a cinnamon roll and then there's the icing left on the plate.
That's true.
I use my fork at the right angle. I just scoop it up. Like
there you go.
Like I'm Eric Finkenbinder in the fields with the big combine.
With the combine,
I'm just scooping it up and eating it. Oh, it's so good.
Look, I might buy some cinnamon rolls. I don't know.
Can't top that.
There's I'm gonna have to look for a stand somewhere here in the mid-state.
Listen, we can go to Penn State, get the college diner ones. It's like the most famous cinnamon rolls.
I'm sure Capital City Diner in Harrisburg probably has cinnamon rolls too.
Sure. Or we can just go back to Stowe.
That's true.
Which I am planning on going, by the way. End of February.
I want to go back.
Okay.
I have my ski pass.
Okay.
With access.
Great.
So I'm making plans.
Hey, my wife can ski this year too because she's
there. You go.
Yeah.
She can ski. The whole family can ski.
Well, our daughter's not skiing until next year, Jackson.
Okay, well
she has to walk first, and then she can ski.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
As soon as she's standing up,
they don't have crawl skis for babies.
They might. They might, but we came to the decision that when she's a year and a half, she can start.
That's
skiing.
true. Have you seen, don't they have like sleds that people pull their babies in?
I've seen that.
I don't trust that. Like, if you fall, big trouble.
I don't know.
But
we'll talk about kids skiing someday. Because,
there we go.
Because that's
all these topics that we're figuring out right now.
Taking notes.
I'm going to forget about half of this when I walk out of this podcast.
We'll rewatch it.
It's okay. Yeah, we got to vet it, of course, before we post everything. But, you know, do you want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's see what else do we have, Jackson.
So here's the next one, and I'm sure we're going to have a long conversation about this because it is becoming more and more common across just the world, the usage of this.
Right.
And let me pull up the article so I can get this right. Thank you, Michael.
Look at that.
For pulling that up for us. So Big Sky, Montana. I've never been there. Apparently they have insane skiing.
Right.
I'd like to ski up there one day, but Big Sky, Montana is actually using artificial intelligence to build a seasonal forecast. And I'm going to quote the article here, and then we can anchors away. We can dive into this. So let's see what they have to say. Typically, they rely on seasonal forecasts from the National Weather Center, stuff like that. But as you know, you and I know, typically those forecasts don't usually pan out.
Right.
It's exactly,
so difficult to do a long term.
And that is one of the things we're going to have to discuss here because long range forecasting is still in its fledgling stages, I think.
I agree.
We're very good at a week out,
right?
Sometimes even 2 weeks out, but you get beyond that period.
You can recognize patterns, but it's really hard to nail down specifics.
Exactly, and we're going to talk about some patterns later, but in the article here, they got the COO, Troy Nedved. They interviewed him, and they've actually built a custom AI forecasting tool specifically for Big Sky to build a forecast. He says, quote, "Mother Nature will humble us and to prove us that we can't predict stuff at times. There's no certainty to any of these forecasts, but the increased accuracy is something that may help us anticipate and plan accordingly." And this was on the website Snowbrains.
Okay.
He quoted this to the Explore Big Sky magazine or news forecasts. Modern seasonal forecasts depend heavily on a few different climate oscillations, El Nino.
Right. And those are the ones that you can identify and predict.
Exactly. And we just got into a La Nina, as we're going to get into. But AI tools like this make the process of getting it from an idea to a prediction easier. Basically, what it said in the article, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing, is that they're using the AI to sift through all these patterns so that somebody who doesn't have an understanding of El Nino and La Nina and the Madden-Julian oscillation and the NAO and all that stuff, they don't have to learn about the intricacies. Like, AI will help analyze it for them, and they can use that to plan ski operations. He said in the article, Nedved, that they weren't using it for making financial decisions just yet. Not yet.
But I'm sure they will be.
But exactly, because that's the direction you're headed. So with all that being said, thoughts, Michael?
Well, I think on a very big scale, Jackson, I just question what we call AI these days. Because how is that any different than the GFS or the Euro model? Models we've had for decades.
Right.
Computers have made great advances recently, exponentially, sure. And most of these models are getting way better, and we're able to predict things way better than we ever have been. But this is a continuation of things that have been happening for a long time.
Exactly.
We're just now calling it AI.
Right.
I'm not super excited about that. Like it's not like, it doesn't seem to be groundbreaking to me. If they come out and if they can predict however they want to measure their predictions, if they can do it with an extreme amount of accuracy, if they are your most accurate snowfall forecast, they might be onto something. Right. Maybe their models are onto something. I'd be curious who owns the model and who it can be licensed to. Will that ever trickle down to the media? Things like that. But again, I just think this whole calling everything AI now, computers have been around for a long time. They've just gotten a lot better.
Right. Well, and so going back to something you said, this AI model is called Claude.
Okay.
It is a large language model developed by Anthropic
Okay.
For this custom forecasting model. So, and we've seen this in the in weather prediction already.
Right.
They have AI forecasting models
Right.
that you can use.
Right.
I haven't seen a lot of people use them.
Right.
Because it seems like they haven't been the best.
Right.
But
yeah, I think the most important thing is have a model that can be correctable.
Right.
So when it makes a mistake or when its output is so far different than what actually happens, it can go back and adjust.
Sure.
So if using AI allows you to do that much faster, great. That's a great change. But again, models have been around for a long time, and I'm just really curious like how this is any different than just a continuation.
Well, my question is what are they putting as the input variables? How is the AI inputting variables any differently than what we're doing? Because National Weather Service models, like if you didn't know, we use, just for people who are listening, we use forecasting models all the time. And I took a class called Numerical Weather Prediction in college, and what they do is they take observations from weather balloons, basically, all across the country, and they input those real-time observations into the models, and the models compute out over a course of time what the weather's, how things are going to change. And they're pretty good in the short term, but the further you get out, the less accurate it tends to get. And so that's why we have multiple model runs and stuff like that. I'm wondering, for AI, what is specifically changing? How is that making things more accurate as opposed to what the National Weather Service is doing? If you're Big Sky, Montana, you've been used to using forecasts from, I'm presuming, one of the National Weather Service offices in Missoula or wherever.
Somewhere in that region.
Somewhere in that region. What's the difference there?
Right. Yeah, and I'll be really curious to do like a post-season analysis on it to see if it's any more accurate. Because I think there's a lot of buzz around AI, and I think a lot of people buy into AI just because they're told it's AI without really questioning how it's any different than things that have been around for a long time.
Right. Well, and I think one of the things that people find so appealing is that you ask AI and it tells you pretty much instantaneously. And it gives you good info. I use AI, for example, to browse the web, especially when I'm doing research. I think AI is actually one of the places where AI has been extremely useful, because previously, if I'm looking for scientific information, I'm reading research articles. AI is good at summarizing all of that
instantly.
But that's not what AI is doing here. They're like, all right, we're building a seasonal forecast. AI is going to tell us how ENSO, the NAO, the Madden-Julian oscillation, the Indian dipole, all that stuff is going to affect the snow season here in Montana, and we're going to make decisions based off of it, like operational decisions. Which on the operations side, I think I can kind of get a little bit, like if you're trying to figure out when you should start making snow. But financially,
that's a big risk.
It is.
I would love for it to just run for a year before you make any of those kinds of decisions. But the other thing is technology is advancing so fast right now, Jackson. Whatever the model is right now, it's probably going to be 10 times better next spring. So the future's bright. We're never in the future, because the future's always now. So it's really difficult to say. I'm not super excited about it, but I would be very curious to see a retrospective study to see how useful it really is.
It might be worth checking in a year from now. But it does sound like, on the bright side, that they are not expecting anything too groundbreaking here. They're not. They're fully coming in with the expectation that it very may well be a dud.
I think if a ski company or a ski resort could predict the weather so well, I think everyone would be able to. Right? Especially the professionals.
I think where because you think about where this is going, right? It's starting with a long-range forecast. And there's people who are trying hyper-local, but an AI might be better at that.
Right.
But this is going down the path where we talk about ski operations, right? You think about Big Sky. Big Sky is a location that has steep grades on their mountains. They get a lot of snow, typically per year. So they're one of those locations, and I think they're in an intermountain, if I'm wrong about that, intermountain area where they get avalanches, right? And, if you're looking at AI to forecast avalanche weather as just one example, that could provide, that is, I think, something
that's huge.
Yeah. It could be huge. It could also be a disaster.
Could be.
Because the conditions that go into creating avalanche conditions are very particular.
Right. Right.
The temperature fluctions, whether you have a layer that is iced up below, all that stuff. I just don't know. I think there's a lot of refining to do before we fully invest, which is why I think Big Sky here is just doing a lot of testing right now.
Right. I think it'd be really cool if all this computing power that we are uncovering right now with these new in order to fuel AI, we have to have these massive computers, right? So it makes me hopeful for what we already have.
Right.
That can improve models we already have, because if they're doing like a 1 kilometer resolution, what's stopping them from doing a 1 meter resolution?
Exactly.
Right. So I think put that power into things that already exist. Maybe we'll realize, hey, we got to change the way we're even thinking about models. Like we're looking at weather modeling based on computer technology from 20 years ago. We should be looking at it totally different now. Maybe let this be an example.
Well, and we can certainly close with this. Think about some of the models that we use when we forecast, the GFS, the Euro.
Right.
Think about if instead we're like, all right, we have these equations that we've used for years,
right,
and then we tweak them ourselves.
Right.
What if we use AI to enhance the GFS model to make it more accurate?
Right.
Instead of having to invest, it could be a cost-saving measure that makes it more effective.
Right.
So I am excited to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I'm just curious right now how it's going to end up, because right now the state of long-range forecasting is not particularly good.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that, Jackson. I think maybe mid-season we should check in and see how they're doing.
Absolutely.
If it's publicly available, it probably won't be publicly available.
Well, yeah, I think barring getting into contact with Big Sky, the resort itself, I'm sure they're keeping, it's an internal thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure there'll be chatter about it.
I'm sure. Well, speaking of the West and snowmaking and all that stuff,
I understand it's happening now, Jackson.
We have talked about quite a few things. It is time now to talk about what is going on with the weather across the country. We'll talk more about weather across the mid-state as the ski season ramps up around here. But for now, really the main stuff that I want to focus on is seasonal stuff. What's going on in the Rockies out to the west. So we will start with a look at the current status of ENSO.
Okay.
Because they recently issued a La Nina advisory.
Oh boy, Jackson.
Which...
kiss your winter goodbye.
Well, it might not be all that bad, depending on where you are.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? So ENSO, La Nina, El Nina, just so you know, La Nina is when you have those below average temperatures that you're seeing, that sea surface anomaly right there. You can kind of see it along the equatorial region of the ocean. But that is having an effect on patterns all across the country.
Right.
And typically what it means for us in PA is warmer winters, because the jet stream just doesn't dip as far south.
In this part of the country.
In this part of the country,
right.
Warmer, wetter winters. Further to the north and to the west, they actually get colder, and then wetter winters near the coast, which, if you can get in the confluence there, actually could mean a lot of snow.
You get some big scores out there.
So we've got La Nina going on. We'll see how that pans out for the mid-state in particular. If it's going to be warmer, not a great thing, because we've seen this so much in the past, Michael. These coastal lows that move through, these mid-latitude cyclones that swing in from the west, and they all have the juice but temperatures are never cold enough
Right.
for them to produce, these big honking snowstorms.
Right. Or when it is cold enough, guess where they go? Right out to
Exactly,
sea.
right out to sea. So that's been a problem for us in specific, right? It hasn't been so much of a problem for, New England,
Right.
for example, but here in the mid-state where we're in kind of a weird position.
We're in the battleground.
Where we average I think it's about 30 inches of snow a year, and we've been averaging less than that the past,
significantly less.
2 winters, and I think even beyond that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it might be a good ski season for those out west, but it always seems like it is. Yeah. From our vantage point here, Jackson, anything out west is always a better season than here.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to compare. You can never compare a Pennsylvania season to a Colorado season.
There's no way.
But I'm hopeful that they might have a good season out there. One was a couple years ago when they had all that rain coming off the Pacific, and they just got tons of snow.
Right. The Sierra Nevada's got, I think, hundreds of inches.
Right. Insane.
And they broke records.
Right.
I mean, and that was a La Nina season, by the way. Yeah. So it's not bad for everybody.
Right.
But sometimes good things do happen.
Right. We'll just have to be patient and wait and see. And like we said earlier, wait till maybe January to see our first snow. Who knows?
Well, I think it's good that we're talking about this because I actually do want to take a look at the snowpack.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Across the Pacific Northwest and the Rockies because they already have some snow out there.
Look at that.
And so this is actually mostly for Oregon.
Right.
That has, in some of these mountainous regions, they have several inches of snow already up there. So in some cases, more than 20 inches of snow.
Look at that.
And I looked at some of the forecasting models. I think we're going to get some more snow in the next week or so in some of these western rocky areas. But we're getting started.
Yeah, October is that time where if you just, play the GFS or any model out to the maximum range, you just see that snow creep further and further south and east.
Exactly.
It's that transition season. I think October is like the transition season.
Yeah, which is why I don't trust the long range when they show snow, because did you see the Euro prediction snowfall for the year?
Yeah.
And that's just that is the longest of the long range.
Right.
And they're showing snow down in Mississippi. Not that it couldn't happen.
It happened last year, but
it did.
It tends to be overdone.
But these snow maps tend to not work out as best as they.
And that's why I think there's always going to be a need for humans.
Exactly.
Talk about AI. There's always going to be a need for humans. For as long as computers exist, someone has to analyze the results and say, "Hey, I don't think Tallahassee's going to be getting a foot of snow next weekend," despite what you see on social media. Someone's got to say it.
But I wish more people would say it, honestly, because I see this stuff all the time, and I'm waiting for the first post by somebody about a big snowstorm in PA.
Yep.
It's going to be along the lines of "Don't look now."
Yeah, but 240.
300 hours from now. 6 inches of snow in PA or something like that.
Quite honestly, Jackson, I'm surprised people weren't talking about snow this weekend with this coastal storm.
Yeah, look, it's not like I'm a big fan of Mount Washington and in the New England area and Mount Mansfield and Mount Katahdin. People really don't ski down there much, but those places aren't even making snow right now.
Yeah, give it time. Just let the leaves
put a
change.
lid on it, okay?
Yeah.
If you're interested in the weather and you're a weather weenie, put a lid on it.
Let the leaves change. Let them fall. Have a turkey.
Enjoy the season. Yeah. Enjoy the season. The leaves are changing.
Yeah. Let's get through Thanksgiving.
It's nice and cool outside. Although it is exciting to see some of these resorts out west starting to make snow. Yeah. I saw one of these resorts in Colorado started doing that like a week ago.
Right.
And their ski season typically starts in October.
Right.
So ski season is right on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Out west.
It's 5 o'clock summer. It's ski weather somewhere.
You can look. You could ski down in Australia now if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So
what, they're coming out of winter?
They're coming out of it's their spring right now. It's actually probably not a great time.
Yeah.
But you go to the Andes maybe.
Yeah, leftover snow.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's some places that you could still be skiing in June. I mean, heck, I saw snow on Round Top until May this year. driving down 581. If you look all the way up on Round Top and you look to Minuteman, there on top.
The Minuteman.
Yep. Always a little bit of snow
there.
The
snowpack. Yep. It survives.
A little bit.
Well, so I can't remember what resort in Vermont that has the Megastar or the Superstar or whatever.
Right.
They ski until June.
Yeah. I believe that. Yeah. I believe that.
I think I cannot remember for the life of me that
people were skiing during the total eclipse on Stowe. Stowe, like the entire town of Stowe, basically shut down during the eclipse because of traffic, obviously, but also people wanting to see on top of the mountain. That would have been so cool.
That's understandable. It's the best view in the house.
That would have been, as long as it's sunny.
Well, did they have a complete? It was a complete black. It was totality in Stowe, really.
Stowe was in the path of totality, and I thought about going up there, but I'm like, that's a really long drive.
It's a lot further than Ohio, I'll tell you what.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck in the clouds, you're kind of screwed.
Well, and think about the traffic.
Yeah.
All right, so you're driving into. If you've ever driven into Stowe before,
one way in, one way out.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They actually close off one of the roads.
Yeah.
During the winter.
Sugarbush, yeah.
And I think the Smuggler's Notch.
The Smuggler's Notch, not Sugarbush, yeah.
No, you're good, but they close the road. There's like one way in.
Yep.
And it is like a 2-lane road.
Yeah, like literally one way, one lane this way, one lane, like a typical state road.
So if you're gonna do it, you better be vacationing in Stowe already.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're cooked.
I imagine there's not many hotels. There's hotels out of Stowe.
No,
it's all Airbnbs and resorts, and I'm sure
you could hike.
Are booked. Yeah,
hike to the top if that's your thing.
Yeah,
I know a few hikers.
Yeah, some people here in the station who go up the hilltops in the morning.
They do.
Yeah,
first chair. Well, not first chair, first run.
First run by themselves.
We're definitely going to. We're going to have a conversation about backcountry skiing topics because
that's a whole.
Remember, this is a podcast. This is going to be the whole gambit.
Yeah.
We don't talk about snowboarders here. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we will when we talk about my helmet.
We do. Actually, do you want to close out with this story about the helmet?
I guess we could, Jackson.
Do you want to, first episode?
Yeah.
A little bit of,
get to know us?
A little bit of get to know us lore going on.
So I didn't grow up a skier, believe it or not. I didn't grow up a snowboarder, but I didn't grow up a skier. My brother was in the ski club at high school, and I was a few years younger than him, so I went skiing a couple times in elementary school with my dad, but that was really it. Hardly remember it. And then my wife was begging me to take her skiing. My wife skied her whole life. She begs me to go ski with her. I'm like, dangerous, expensive, like all the easy things.
If you've never done it before, you think all those things.
Yeah, all the easy excuses. Well, I finally decided to go with her back in like 2022, and then I got my first season pass in 2023. But in 2022, I bought a helmet because I have a big head. I was still renting at the time. I was still renting, but I was skiing. It was the last run of the day at Round Top, and I won't say anything disparaging about snowboarders on this podcast, Jackson.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
There was a young adult out of control coming down the hill. Won't say if they were skiing or snowboarding, but I was down at the bottom, and this was a blue, Jackson. If you're familiar,
was it Minuteman?
Sorry, no, it was to the right of Minuteman.
Okay. Is Susquehanna?
I think it's Fanny Hill.
Oh, Fanny Hill.
Whatever the terrain park is now, I forget what they call it.
I know what you're talking about.
We have to pull up a map, but I'm down at the bottom, Jackson. I'm almost about to dismount my skis.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden, I don't know what happens. I'm now 30 feet further than I thought I was because I got run over by somebody. But we'll just say that this helmet saved my head, saved my brain. You can see there's a crack here in the helmet. Might be hard to see on the...
I see it's a MIPS helmet too.
Correct, yeah.
So you were extra protected.
Yeah. As a biker too, Jackson, I did my research and I saw MIPS was probably a good idea. But he ran into me and I bruised some ribs and was really hurt.
Oh, so it wasn't just a fall.
Contact was made. Helmet to helmet contact was made. And
no concussion though.
No concussion.
That's good.
The emergency surgeon said it was because of my helmet. He's like, your helmet protected your head. So I retired this helmet obviously because of the damage. I also have my medical band on here, but that was my second time skiing, Jackson.
Yep.
So, and it was the last time of the season because it was end of February and I was very down and out just from the injury. I couldn't go back that season. So going back the first time in 2023 when I got my season pass. I bought a season pass that off season. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let it stop me. So I'm going to do it. And the first time I went down the hill, I was so shaky, like just looking behind me the entire time. Like, is it going to happen again? And like, even Ski Patrol said, like, I've been skiing for 30 years and never got run over by a snowboarder. Oh, I didn't say that. My wife.
For all intents and purposes, this is a joke. Yeah.
And then my wife's like, I've been skiing for 15 years. I never got run over by another person, and it happened to me my second time. But hey, knock on wood.
I'll do it for you too. Yeah.
It hasn't happened again since. But the point of the story, Jackson, is always wear your helmet, always be safe, and like I mentioned earlier, don't do anything that's going to limit your ability to be safe.
Absolutely.
So I think that goes to eating and drinking. You should always take care of yourself on the ski lift and while going down, and always wear your helmet.
And always start slow.
Yeah.
When you do things,
don't just rush into it.
Build into it. I think there's a temptation out there, like, all right, I'm skiing now.
Yeah.
Let's immediately go down a black.
Yeah.
If you're not ready,
how are your knees, Jackson?
They're great.
Okay. You're back. You're back to normal.
They're back. I'm good to go.
Okay.
I've got my brace.
Oh, okay.
That I'll wear if necessary, but I feel good.
Good.
I'm biking. I'm lifting weights.
Good.
So all things considered, should be, knock on wood, a good season. We'll see what happens. Right. But just if anybody who's listening to this for the first time, I tore my meniscus probably about
2 years ago.
It was in the spring. It was in February, mid-February of 24.
Oh,
so a little over a year, like a year and a half ago. And I was going through a glade, and I caught a root and wiped out. So never get overconfident, and never do anything that you think is beyond your ability.
Right.
You want to test your limits if that's the only way you get better. But
you build to it. Don't just dive into it.
Yeah, just don't dive into it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to a great season this year, Jackson.
It's gonna be a great season. We're gonna have a great podcast. We're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have episodes every week. At some point, we're gonna bring guests on. I already have a few people in mind that we might bring into. Some people who might be from New England.
Right, that'd be great.
People who work in the ski industry, who are executives, lift operators, whatever. Whoever wants to be on the podcast. And by the way, if you want to be on this podcast, if you have some sort of expertise in terms of skiing or snow sports or any know-how like that, feel free to shoot us an email. My email is jchastain@abc27.com. And you can follow us on all our socials.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to...
Jackson Chastain.
Yeah.
For you.
Michael Brulo, that's me.
Michael Brulo. Do you want to give out your social media handle? You don't have to.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
That's okay. That's good. That's good with me.
Actually, on X.
On X, yes.
W3MSB.
Yes. Now, obviously not his Instagram socials. I'm talking about X, Facebook.
Yeah.
He's W3MSB. I'm J Chastain Weather. This is Michael.
WX or spelled out?
At J Chastain WX, like weather.
Yeah, you may have to explain that to everyone.
You can also search up Jackson Chastain on X, and you can find my name. But it's been a great first episode.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Jackson. I'm Michael.
You're Michael. Thanks for tuning in to the Ice Coast Podcast.
73.